Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So, today's video, we're going to answer the question, is the United States electrical grid system under a greater threat? The short answer is yes. The longer answer is, I'll tell you why. Now, the electrical grid system, guys, as we know, is very vulnerable. It's always been the talk from the reason why I started prepping was actually because of EMPs. But when you look up EMPs and you study about it, you start to notice or realize that our electrical grid system is very vulnerable for a multitude of reasons. But there is a new reason that reared its ugly head. That being said, guys, China builds our transformers, and the transformers are what pretty much makes or delivers electricity to the household. I mean, obviously there are wires and things like that and cables and shit like that, but that's the basis of it, right? So this thing processes power for us and delivers it to the cities, homes, your television set, your toaster, things like that. China builds these things, builds these transformers for us. And since I learned about transformers because of EMPs and learning how a shitty deal that is letting China build those for us, obviously if we had an EMP here, we would be out of sorts for a while because we're depending on another country to build these things for us. Keep in mind, guys, China is our enemy. Why would we let our enemies build transformers for us? That's the first question I always had when I started prepping. Why is China building these things that we are so reliant on? Life or death, we're relying on these things, transformers that is. With that, guys, transformers there are thousands of them throughout the country, and we also get power supply from Canada as well. With that, guys, the transformers only make up 3% of our electrical grid system, our power rather. But that 3% services anywhere between 60 to 70% of the United States. We're relying on a product from China. Now, here's the ultimate threat. It's not the EMP, guys. It's not the hack. It's actually a device that has been found in the transformers from China. A device that allows China to shut off the transformer at will. So it's not so much a virus as it is a device. And they could send a signal over here and shut that power off. So this is not a hypothetical. This is not a fantasy. This is not some shit out of a book. This is real. The U.S. Department of Energy, if I'm not mistaken, had intercepted a transformer that was coming from China. It was, I believe it was being delivered to Texas. And they intercepted this, I think it was a year or two ago. And they found a device inside. So it's pretty much like we can call it a doomsday switch, because they have the ability to shut it off on the word go. They could absolutely, guys, shut this off and teach us a lesson, right? With that, guys, now the United States has a real problem, because this thing could be shut off at will. It could be shut off at any given time. With a hack, right? With a cyber attack, if you will, or cyber hack, the electrical grid systems, the nerds that sit in there battling other nerds in China, they can have it out with each other and see this thing happening and coming. They know that we are definitely going to be under attack, so they can see that. But this is something that they don't see. Even though they probably inspected the rest of the transformers out there and looking to get this device out, still doesn't change the fact, guys, that China, as per usual, is fucking us. So this was actually a couple years ago. President Trump was still in office. This is the reason why President Trump signed an executive order stating that power bulk items such as transformers can no longer come from countries like, again, China, Russia, though they all come from China, but no other power saving device, if you will come from countries like that. He stated the 2020 executive order banning acquisitions, importations, transfers, and installations of any bulk power system from foreign adversaries. So I guess if we were going to get one from the UK, it would be fine, but from China, Russia, Iran, Iraq, Venezuela, those countries are our adversaries. And only Venezuela's our adversaries because they're in cahoots with Russia. But still, guys, why are we leaving such an important device, the transformers we're talking about, to our enemies? Why are we letting our enemies customize them for us? Because here's the deal, guys. The United States are not the only people who are getting their transformers, the only country, sorry, that are getting their transformers from China. Other countries are as well. hopefully just prompted the United States Department of Energy to actually contact those other countries that are getting deliveries from China and inspect their transformers. Now, guys, we've all known that the Chinese government has been sneaky. Look what they did with TikTok. And in fact, it's still in TikTok, by the way. For those of you that are making whatever reason to keep TikTok on your phone, I'm not going to say you're part of the problem, but you're part of the problem, because they know that we are hooked on electronics. We are hooked on apps. So they will continuously fuck us by putting backdoor codes, if you will, or viruses and things of that nature in apps. They will absolutely put things in apps. So when you download it to your phone, they can steal the information off your phone, financial information as well, right? All your personal information and pictures are gone if you download these apps. Now, of course, because a lot of us are not important citizens, it doesn't matter. Like with TikTok, they're probably hoping some idiot politician downloads that app. Now they have access to the phone. In fact, guys, TikTok is not allowed to be placed on State Department phones. So whatever politician has a State Department phone, they cannot put TikTok on, but they can put it on their personal phone. Probably why that's not the only reason, but why a lot of politicians have two phones. They have a personal, and then they have a phone that's given to them by the government. Government phones are not allowed to have it, even to this day with Biden in office, because they don't trust it. So why in the hell are we downloading an app and letting the Chinese in the way we do? Now, there are a lot of apps out there, guys, a ton of apps. They had an app a few years back that was a flashlight app that had a backdoor that was stealing information off people's phones, and this was found out. And yet, we continue to download these apps. So, with that, guys, why are we still playing this game with them? Why aren't we building our own transformers, for example? Why? Because of precious metals? Well, then maybe we can get the precious metals or the parts that it takes to get delivered here so we could build our own. Or maybe, just maybe, we build it all from scratch. We get the raw materials that are needed and we build our own fucking transformers. Now, here's the kick in the ass, or the kick in the dick, rather, sorry. There are 200 of these transformers from China supporting our electrical grid system, or feeding our electrical grid system, sorry. 10% of that, 200, sorry, is feeding New York City. 21% is feeding Nevada, Las Vegas, rather. So, guys, we have too many Chinese products that we need to stop using when we start with the transformers. Now, obviously, we can't just, cancel the transformers. We have to fucking replace them, but we should be working on that. Now, this is the very situation why Texas needs to stay the way Texas needs to stay, which is on their own. This is the exact reason why. Now, that bullshit they had a couple years ago with their whole grid system going down because of the weather, okay, that was a fluke. It won't happen again as long as Texas strengthens their fucking electrical grid system. But outside of that, guys, Texas is doing the right thing. Trump was absolutely right by dropping that executive order down because he was trying to protect the American public. We have a big problem when we have presidents and politicians in office now not paying attention to what's going on with the transformers and seemingly brushing it off. This is why we prepare. Because now, guys, not just an EMP or a cyber attack, now we got to worry about them in a dead man switch and shutting transformers off. All right, guys, so other than that, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.